Jeffrey Epstein's longtime pilot testifies that he remembers flying alleged victim. He also mentioned some of the high-profile names that were on Epstein's plane, which we're going to have in this video. This is day 2 of the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Hello everyone, this is Justice Project. The first of the 4 women who say Ghislaine Maxwell groomed them to have sex with Jeffrey Epstein and others took the stand Tuesday in graphic detail, described how she was taught to satisfy a predator. Testifying at Maxwell's trial in New York City and using the pseudonym Jane, the woman said she was 14 and eating ice cream at a summer camp for young artists when Maxwell and Epstein approached her and struck up a conversation. Soon, Jane said, Maxwell was training her how to massage Epstein. Later, she said she found herself taking part in sex acts that included Maxwell and Epstein at the financier's palatial homes in Palm Beach, Florida, New York City, and on his New Mexico ranch. The often emotional testimony came on the second day of Maxwell's trial, and after Epstein's longtime pilot, Larry Vizosky, testified that he met Jane on one of the flights and remembered her piercing blue eyes. But on cross-examination, Vizosky said he was not aware that she was underage and was not aware of any minors flying on Epstein's private planes without a parent. 59-year-old British socialite Maxwell has been accused by prosecutors of identifying and targeting vulnerable women and grooming them for sex with Epstein and other powerful men. Asked about well-known names who flew on Epstein's planes, Vizosky mentioned Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, actors Kevin Spacey and Chris Tucker, former astronaut and Ohio Senator John Glenn, and the violinist Itzhak Perlman. Vizosky was questioned by Assistant U.S. Attorney Maureen Comey, who is the daughter of former FBI Director James Comey. Maxwell's trial started yesterday and is expected to take 6 weeks. We're looking forward to giving updates as this case unfolds. Be sure to follow us here at Justice Project for the latest in the Ghislaine Maxwell trial.
Just whoa. That's all I can say is whoa. That was from day 2 of the trial. You know, we're on day, 6 or 7 right now? Going on 8, actually. I think we're going on day 8. And they're trying to keep a lot of this stuff swept under the rug. And I told you guys, I'm going to do whatever to continue exposing it. Now, there are a lot of Trump supporters that are really defending this man. And this is why I said Trump supporters it's become a cult, because no matter what you do wrong, your followers will fight for you. They will defend you. The pilot said President Trump, you guys got to think this is years ago. This isn't in recent times when he said he cut him off within the past 10 years or whatever, past 13 years when he got arrested the first time. This was in the mid 90s, early 2000s. This was a while ago. These women that were being trafficked, all of them are grown now. But people continue to defend him. Not only him, you have President Bill Clinton, Prince Andrews, actor Chris Tucker, former senator. Like, the list goes on. But like I said, because the people are so powerful, they're trying to keep this trial. They're trying to keep it to where we hear little bits of it, but they're keeping a lot from us. A lot from us. Because, you know, once they start exposing this huge human trafficking triangle that's going on between these elites, then it changes a lot. The people in power start losing power. Why they start losing power? Because one thing that humans will form together on is human trafficking. That's one thing that the average person that does not do it will turn on somebody for it. When they have the facts right in front of them, they will turn on them. Now, sometimes it may take a little longer, as we're seeing with the Trump supporters. They refuse to believe it because these are the same people that talk about the other pervert, Joe Biden, touching on little girls. Trump was doing the same thing. Trump was doing the same thing as Joe Biden. They're no different. And people have to understand that. You got to understand, these guys are 70, 80 years old, 60, 70, 80 years old. They want young women. But because they're sick in the head, they want kids, which is even worse. Like, being 60 years old and dating somebody that's 25 is already disgusting. But, you know, we'll deal with it because society says it's okay because that person is grown. But 14, 15-year-old girls, that's wild. That is wild. And what we're seeing right now is a global empire that Jeffrey Epstein was running falling apart. And although he's caught somebody up there, some leader up there pissed some government agency off. Because if you guys don't know, the FBI, CIA, they all kind of do their own thing. And it's really a fight for power, whether you know it or not. Whether it's here in America or in Britain, there is a fight for power. Some of these agencies have a lot of power, just like the CIA and the FBI in America. They have a lot of power. And sometimes they will frame some of these leaders because they want to move up higher in that elite status. And they know once the public turns on somebody, even if they're all doing the same thing, it opens the window for somebody else to take that spot. Jeffrey Epstein is dead, but there's another Jeffrey Epstein right now doing the same thing. He just hasn't been caught. Another billionaire traveling out actors, politicians, all types of celebrities to sleep with underage girls. They groom these girls up, like they said. They tell them they're going to make their dreams come true and all this other stuff. And then next thing you know, they're stuck in a trafficking ring. Stuck in a trafficking ring. I believe they're going to, at some point, try to kill Ghislaine Maxwell during this trial. It's a 6-week-long trial. I think before the end, when she gets ready to, I don't know if she's going to, you know, whenever she starts testifying and giving out names, they're probably going to kill her right beforehand because of the fear of her telling everything. She knows all the people that was involved. Her word is probably more important than some of the victims, than most of the victims, because she knows everybody. I mean, most 15-year-olds don't know who the hell a senator is. So they're just gonna know they seen a old white dude. They don't know how powerful this white dude is. Of course, they're gonna know the president, Bill Clinton, you know, actors like Chris Tucker. But there are a lot of powerful people that they just don't know. At age 15, you don't know. I didn't know what the fuck a senator was at age 15. I thought the president did everything. Society doesn't teach you that type of stuff. You learn that as you get older. But I can tell you now, Ghislaine Maxwell is going to expose a lot of people to get off the hook. But before that happens, she may end up committing suicide. You know how that goes. She may end up dead somewhere. I don't know. But what I can tell you is, if she does get to speak, we're going to find out a lot more people than we expected. A lot more. There are some leaders out there, not only in this country, the U.S., but in other countries too. I already told you guys about the former Israel Prime Minister. But there are a lot more leaders of other countries that were in on this too, and that were feeding into this trafficking ring. You know, a lot of these countries make so much money off sex trafficking, they allow it. They allow it. Sex trafficking is a huge business. It's crazy. But if your leaders don't care about it and they're in on it, nobody's ever going to stop it. They arrest a few people here and there as a distraction, but It's going to be another 50, 60 years before another Jeffrey Epstein gets arrested. Somebody that was born 10 years ago is going to get arrested in 50 years and charged with this type of sex trafficking ring because they wait so long. A whole generation of new sex traffickers will emerge. This is disgusting on every level, and how the media is trying to cover this story up and hide it and only give a small glimpse of what's going on because they don't want us to know the truth. They have to report on it because they know how big of a trial it is, but they're not reporting like they should. Think about it. Kyle Rittenhouse trial was getting reported on every media site, every day, all day. But this one's not. And this is one of the biggest trials in history because of the high profile people in it. Y'all need to wake up, man. There's about to be a big change, guys. We're about to see a lot of people exposed if everything goes as planned. But, they will stop the plan. Y'all stay woke.